Every fall, the phrase cozy gaming starts bubbling back up again with full force. Just like curling up with a blanket and a warm drink while watching Gilmore Girls, cozy games are meant to give us that feeling of comfort and calm. As someone who loves VR, I've been curious. What does cozy gaming look like in this space? And can the games I play in a headset really capture that same vibe? For me, cozy games are about warmth, comfort, and safety. They're games that I can play with a cup of tea in hand, knowing that I'm not about to get jump scared by a boss battle or punished for going at my own pace. Cozy isn't always about season or aesthetics. It's about the vibe. A cozy game can be a narrative, like Down the Rabbit Hole or A Fisherman's Tale. It can be a puzzle like Cubism or Puzzling Places. It can even be social, like Walkabout Mini Golf or, dare I say, even Horizon Worlds. So long as the people that you share that same space with understand the energy. But here's where I get stuck. Cozy has become a marketing buzzword. It gets slapped on everything because it's trendy, and yes, because it sells. Too often, that's done in a way that feels shallow, or even worse, infantilizing. Cozy gamers, who are often women, aren't just going to buy anything with pastel colors and a teapot on the loading screen. Developers who think that cozy equals simplistic risk losing the very audience that they're trying to reach. Here's the truth. Cozy games are not easy to make. The best ones are incredibly thoughtful, and they give their players ownership, tools to customize, build, and express themselves, and that's what makes community thrive. Think about Animal Crossing islands, Sims builds, or even someone's park in Planet Zoo. These games last because they respect their audience, giving them both freedom and inspiration, and that's the secret. Cozy isn't simple, cozy is crafted. So where does VR fit into all of this? Honestly, VR has leaned heavily on puzzles for cozy, and that's fine, relaxing, clever, even beautiful. But puzzles alone don't make a cozy game. They're short-term comfort. What VR needs are more games that layer in narrative, creativity, and community. Down the Rabbit Hole feels cozy because it's gentle, whimsical, and story-driven. Walkabout Mini Golf feels cozy when you're exploring the courses with friends. And I'd argue that Horizon Worlds, especially build mode, might be one of the coziest games I've ever played, even if it's not marketed as such, because creation, collaboration, and community are at its core. At MetaConnect this year, after the developer keynote, the line for the men's restroom stretched down the hall, but the women's restroom was almost empty. And honestly, that moment said more to me about the gender divide in this space than any statistic ever could. Cozy games are often marketed to women, but many of them are still being made by men who may not fully understand that audience. And when cozy is treated like a shortcut instead of a craft, that disconnect does really show. So what makes a game cozy? Comfort without stress, freedom to create, spaces to share, music that feels like a blanket, and respect for the player's time, pace, and imagination. VR absolutely can be cozy, but it requires thoughtfulness, patience, and a real understanding of the community that it's speaking to. So that's what I'm going to explore. I want to find the coziest games in VR. Not just the ones that are marketed that way, but the ones that truly understand what cozy means. So join me, and we'll have a cozy little adventure to see what we can find.